Hi Jackson, this is Coach Smart from ABC Baseball Camps. I'm here to do your hitting video evaluation. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we look at, Jackson, is your setup. Okay, and we kind of talk about that a little bit. So first thing I notice with your feet is that your feet aren't parallel. Their feet are closed a little bit. Okay, we want to make sure that those feet are parallel. The reason that's so important, Jackson, is that your feet are the foundation of your swing. And if they're not starting in the same place every time, how can we expect the rest of your swing to be in the same place every time? Hitting is all about being repeatable. You have to have an action, a move that you can do every time without thinking about. Okay, if you have to think about what you're doing in the batter box too much, that's gonna be tough when you get older. Okay, you have to have just a little small checklist to go through, and then you got to get in there and get after it. Okay, so when I see your feet kind of, and I notice in your swings that are ahead of us here that your feet are different almost every swing. Okay, so from here, okay, I don't know how old you are, but you don't look. You're pretty wide there, Jackson. Okay, I just think you're going to be a little bit, not much, but maybe a little bit too wide there from a setup standpoint. Okay. Okay, I really like how you have your hands, your top hands even with the ear hole in your helmet. So that's really good. You just gotta be careful how big a stride you take, because we want to remain athletic. Okay. So the next step is going to be to watch your route. Okay. How's your barrel get from where it is right now to the contact point? And what's your approach there? So as your foot's going down, your bat's falling farther and farther behind your head and dropping down. Okay, so right now, Jackson, your bat is flat and it's level. Okay, and really you haven't really even started your swing yet. We want our bat to be level through this part of our strikes, through this part of our swing. Okay, and yours is already level, and it's behind your head. As we watch it now, okay, it is level through the contact area, which is great. But if you continue to use that approach, Jackson, the only kind of pitching you're going to be able to face is really slow pitching. When you start facing guys throwing harder, and I want you and I want your dad or your mom, whoever's helping you with your hitting, to think about the big picture and not get fooled by the success you may be having now as a young player against inferior competition. The competition's going to get better, buddy. They're going to throw much harder. And when you have that kind of a swing, we call that a real long, elongated swing, you're going to really, really struggle against velocity, against guys that throw hard. Okay? So there's definitely some room for us to make some changes in your route to the baseball. Okay? The other thing I noticed, bud, is that when you get to, okay, see where you are right now, Jackson? That's where you should be. Let's get rid of these lines right here. This is where we want your body to be, right here. Okay? From here on up, I want your chest facing towards second base right now, right towards the second baseman. If he was standing in between first and second with nobody on and nobody out, that's how I want your chest and belt buckle, to be facing, is the second baseman. Okay, that approach, if you were hitting the ball right now, you'd be a superstar. Okay, But what happens is you're going to rotate and rotate. You still haven't come close to the contact area yet. Okay, you still haven't hit the ball yet. Okay, now you're hitting it, and now your chest and your belt buckle is facing, looks like shortstop or third base. Okay, so you say, well, Coach Smart, what's the big deal? I don't get it. Well, the big deal, buddy, is that as you get older, again, talking the big picture here, pitchers are going to throw the ball out here on the outside of home plate. And with your approach to hitting right now, you have no chance in the world to hit balls in the outside corner because you're over-rotating your upper body. It appears to me that you're trying to create bat speed by using your shoulders and your arms. And that doesn't work. When I go to scout for the Mariners or for some of the colleges I work for, I don't look for kids that can, high school players or college players that can move their hips or their shoulders. I look for guys that can move their hands without rotating their upper body. Okay, so you're giving yourself very little chance of hitting a ball other than on the middle part or middle inside part of home plate. It's hard to see right now. You could make if you were hitting an outside fastball, you'd have to wait till it got back here to hit it. Okay, when the ball's outside, we gotta let it travel farther. And how could you keep your head back there to see it? You're still wouldn't be making contact yet. That ball will be back here, and look where your head is. See, you have to look backwards behind you to see the baseball. So you're really dragging that barrel behind you, okay, with that approach. So how do I fix that? Well, before we go to that, let's talk about the other parts of your swing here. Okay, from a lower half standpoint, quick forward one, Jackson, this is pretty darn good. That front foot is pretty darn good. I'd like to see it completely closed like that, but you have a little bit of a open. That's okay, we'll live with that. But you do a great job with your lower half, buddy. Really good. Okay, so don't change that at all. Don't change that at all. Okay, so let's watch another swing here. Load. Okay. There's that bat flat again behind you. Now we're going to drag that barrel, finally get to contact, and you're looking behind you in order to hit the baseball. Okay, that's because your chest is your upper body is so over-rotated on the baseball. Okay, that hitting pitches in the outside half can be very difficult for you. Okay, let's watch what happens after contact, and we'll give you a couple of drills to work on to try to help that a little bit. Okay, so again, from an upper body standpoint, where your hands are in relationship to the baseball right there, your hands are inside, you have your power L, your left arm straight, your back leg is beautiful, your front leg is really good. Okay, that's pretty good there, other than where your chest and belt buckle are. Let's watch your finish. Okay, not too bad with your finish either. So let's talk about how we can maybe counteract all that rotating, okay? This is going to be hard to do on the video here, but I'll do my best here. Okay, one way, Jackson, is just to do T work, okay? And what we're going to have you do is get in your normal stance like this, except that we're going to put this foot out here and leave your back foot where it's at. We're going to keep both feet on the ground, and we're going to hit balls off the tee, and we're not going to move our feet, our hips, or our shoulders, and we're just going to use our hands. This is called a dead legs drill. Okay, I want you to feel and to get to understand what it feels like to use your hands to hit with. No, you're not going to hit as far as you normally do, but this is a drill. You're not supposed to. Okay, so this is called a dead legs drill, where you just have you use your hands to hit with off the tee or soft toss. Okay, the second drill is called a split drill. We're going to take our front foot and we're going to move it up to this line here. We're going to take our back foot and we're going to move it back 2 feet behind you, and we're going to put it on that line. Okay, so it's also called a scissors drill. So your front foot's in front of your back foot, and you're not going to load, you're not going to stride. From there, you're going to take swings. What that does is it keeps that front hip closed. Okay, and that's going to help you from a standpoint of understanding what it feels like to stay square to home plate. Okay, so the dead legs drill and the scissors drill off the tee and off of front soft toss. Okay, so if you can get that part figured out, Jackson, your swing's pretty good. You got, like I said, you got to change that route to the baseball. As far as changing that route where you drag you get flat too soon, do a tee drill where you stick one tee right here where it's your contact point, and stick another tee back here right behind home plate, about the same height, and make sure that when you bring your bat through on a downward angle, it gets flat right behind that bat and right through there, and away we go. Okay, that's one way of doing it. The other one is to have them do soft toss, get rid of the front tee, and put this back tee. I can't see, that's a home plate. Looks like it's a home plate. Put this back tee right behind home plate, and make sure that when your bat comes through on your swing, okay, that it comes in at this angle and goes right over the top of that bat and through the strike zone. It's hard to draw that, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, buddy, well, keep up the good work and work on that on those drills. And I want to thank you and your parents for coming to ABC baseball camps. I look forward to seeing you at another one. Have a great day.